Welcome everyone to the 10th event of this Marvel Machine Mania season, Archery. This has been event 10 in the past, it was event 10 in season 2. Open season 3 was event 8 in season 1. This event's basically the same as what we have seen in the past 3 seasons. As a full team, marbles will go down, trying to get as close to the center target as possible with all their marbles. So that goes one at a time. To see who has the best score at the end. Pearls took a 2-point lead over the Sky Buzzers in the last event over Blazing Grass, Shark Tooth, Killer Bees, Mono Mayhem. Cherry Pits, Galaxy Hunters, Heavy Serpent, Shiny Speeders up there in 10. Viz. Relegation Zone, again, Gold Shards and Sunrays does not look too safe right now. I see the Rubber Duckies taking on an example run today. So we'll go down this funnel. It's really their choice when they get to go down on the course. Past seasons, it was kind of a strategy to try to see when your marbles could go down. That one did not seem too bad there, as again, this track has had worse and worse conditions over time. This season, the archery here is not as bad as season 3's, but still the greatest we've seen conditions-wise. Either way, Lemonades start us off in the run order today. Again, all these events, by the way, are done with random seed drawing. It does not determine anything of standings. Let's see Lemonades yet to get themselves a medal this season. They are wanting one. So they go into the second half. They're starting off pretty good here. Now they get a 2, however. And it's going to look like a 3. And again, you want the higher number of 10 if you get the bullseye. I think one marble did. Yes, they did. A 23 is not that bad of a score. We'll set the Lemonades to start off in the lead, but we'll have to see how it goes. Shark Tooth, the second run of the day. Shark Tooth, one of the higher up their teams, up in 4th right now. They're wanting some better numbers after their 3rd place in season 3. What can we see? A 1 to start off, then a 4. Then another 1, but they're getting a real good run here if they want to catch up to other teams, and that's gonna not be good at all. Shark Tooths, not a good run here in archery. 2nd out of 2, only a 10. Not what you want to see if you're a Shark Tooths fan. Roll Forest up in the 3rd run of this event. Roll Forest not having, again, the most memorable seasons. Their 4th season here in the A-League. They go down. We're going to start off with a bullseye. They did get a silver in this event last season. 3 and a 2. They need a good run here if they want to have a good shot at a good finish today. It's going to be a 3, however. That's going to send it probably in the middle. Yeah, 18. Not the most impressive run, but did not, well, it wasn't as bad as Shark Tooth's run. Can't complain that much. Savage Serpents now in the 4th run of this event. Seems haven't had an awful season so far, but what can we see from them here today? Oh! They're not going to go on the track. They just leapt off. I don't know if that was the issue with the marble or the track, really. We're going to get a bullseye, actually. They might have got a 2nd one. I wasn't paying attention too much for that run. Got an 8. They're actually going to get 3 points added to their score for that marble. Apparently it was a track defect. We're going to get 3 extra points. That's actually going to set it in the lead over the Lemonades. They didn't give us 3 points. It would have been below them. They got a 25. Soul Orbs now in the next run. So this team got bronze to their name this season, but not much else. We got a 6 there, another 2. Last run needs to be good, and it's actually an 8. Let's make this run. Oh, no, apparently it was a 6. 4th out of 5. It's going to be 16 points. I don't know how that run's going to really stand up to the rest of the field. Galaxy Gliders up now. Gliders, this team has done good at team event. They won Team Pursuit earlier this season. This event isn't too far off of that. You see, they start off with a 1. That falls off with a 2. And then we get a 6. They will probably need a 10 if they want a notable run here. I think it's an 8 or a 9. Look more near 8. But no, that was a 10. I think that's going to give him a 19. It's going to give him 3rd out of 6 so far. It's looking like a top half finish, to be at least on pace to be one. Sky Buzzers now. Team that just lost their lead overall. Bit of a struggle there in the start. And then they start off this run way to the left. That's a 1. Another way to the left. That's a 2. Way to the right. That's a 4. They need a good ending here. That's a 3. That is not a good run from the Sky Buzzers. 1, 1, 2, 4. That's an 8. That might be the worst run we've ever seen in archery. Sky Buzzers take dead last. Killer Bees now up in run 8. So far these runs have been very different. Best run being a 25, it'll include track defects. They start off the Killer Bees running 4 and then 1. That's actually not good. Like near 5 or 6. The final run, that's actually running. That's not a good run from the Bees. 4-2, 4-2. That's going to be a... Maybe about 12 there. Not good there. Savage Serpents, after this first half, hold the lead. Move ahead a track defect and had to get consolation points for themselves. Lemonades, though, in second. Gliders in third. They start the second half with Mono Mayhem, a team up there in the standings. Marvel's not having some trouble in the starting grid, but they are underway, however. As the first level is going to go down, that's going to get him a bullseye. Second level goes down, bit to the left, it's a 6. It's not that awful there. Second bullseye would really help them. No. It's going to be a 1 to end off that round. Now we got a 2.5. It was the first decimal I think we've seen in the event. 19.5. It's actually going to get him in 3rd out of 9 so far. On pace for a podium, but again, still 7 runs left. I believe you guys just came off of a bronze in the most recent events. Wanting a nice run here. They've yet to get a gold so far. This could be their first. They did win this in last season. Started with a 3. A bullseye. Right after that, the 2 marbles. Next 2, that's both near a 6. One of those might count as a 4. Did 22. That's still an impressive run, but it's only going to get him 3rd out of 10. Still overtakes Mono Mayhem for that current podium spot. Sunrays now. This team has not done much in the most recent events. They did win the first event of the season, but has barely been on a top half finish since. As they start off with a 6. The next 2 marbles, that's another 6. That's, I think, an 8 they're going to count it as. And another 8. That's actually... I don't think a marble got below 6 there. It's going to be a pretty good run. Yes, that actually takes the lead right now. 28 points. Pretty impressive there from the Sunrays. This could be a 2nd win for them. Pearls now. The leading team in the championship. Is only 2 points, however. They want to keep that lead for themselves. After some championship denial in Season 2. They want to win here 2 seasons later. They start us off with an 8. 2, 3. Those last 2 ones were not so good. They want a good thing to end here. That's near a 6. It's going to get him a 19, which actually now saves us themselves as a bottom half. Not the worst run yet, but still. Gold shards. Gold shards did just come off of a silver in the most recent events. They want themselves some good numbers here. Start us off with a 6, an 8, I think near a 4. This isn't an awful run so far, but they need a good thing to end out. And that might be a bullseye. Yes, it is. That's actually a pretty good run. Will that take the lead? Yes! It ties with the Sunrays, but since they have a bullseye and the Sunrays don't, Gold Shards have the lead going into the final 3 runs. Is a tie, however, up top. That's going to be really close. Just the team gets 29. Over 3 gold shards. The 7th ever Fantastics. This is their first go in archery ever. Same with, I think, the Lemonades and the Sky Buzzers who went up earlier. Start off with a 1, 3, and 8. Very varying run. And they end off with a 4. That's not the most impressive run, but not exactly awful. 16. It's going to give him 10th out of 14. Not really a good finish whatsoever. But still, it's going to give him some points at least. Cherry Pits in the 15th run of this event. As they start going down, Cherry Pits don't have much experience in archery, nor are they really that good at it. Start off with an 8, 6. Previously known to start off in a 3. Good run here could help it. No, it's going to be a 2. Yeah, the Cherry Pits there, yeah. 19. It's going to settle them for 8th. Only 1 run left. Cherry Pits looking for a mid-pack finish in this event. Shiny Speeders now, the last run of the day. Shiny Speeders a bit in the middle of the standings right now after that 1 silver they got. So they don't have too much big finishes though. Can they end up this event well? They start with 4. Another 4. Another 4. They just keep getting this. It won't help much. That might have been a 3 to end off their event. 4, 4, 6, 4 actually. One of us was a 6. 18 is what they're going to get. It's not going to be enough to stand up top with the gold shards, who just got their first gold of the season. Somehow took 10 events, knowing how good that team is. Sunrays and Savage Serpents round off the podium in this event, and really, it's a tie between the gold shards and Sunrays for that gold. Very close there, but gold shards standing on top where they were in season 3 once again. Sunrays first silver they've had in their career. Savage Serpents, I think their first bronze of the season. I think they've had a bronze before, however. Pearls, that lead only stretches. It's now 10 points over the now tie between second between the Blades of Grass and Sky Buzzers. It's going to be Sky Buzzers ahead, though. Mono Mayhem jump up to 4th. Sharktooth and Killer Bees kind of drowning in the field a little. Cherry Pits still staying in 7th. Savage Serpents move up to 8th with that bronze. You see down there, Gold Shards actually with that gold move up to 10th after they were in last place just a couple events ago. Now the roll for this and they're fantastic, especially the Sunrays also getting out there. They're the new relegation teams. But that's it for this event. We'll be seeing you in the next B-League event and Main League event, Triathlon.